Don't mind the grief vultures circling overhead. They're just here for the rogues. Plus, sea monsters and Egyptian gods. These are the Above Snakes number 4. Dirt confronts his past and the dreaded Dr. Tomb. It's an Old West shootout, but Dirt's psyche is the shooting range. Is he at fault for what happens to those he loves? Is this life worth them dying? Plus, a talking vulture. This is a fun spaghetti western revenge story with some Trigun vibes. Dirt is a tragic character in that he wants revenge, but he isn't necessarily interested in pulling the trigger. But things get weird in every issue thus far, and it sounds like the whole thing is about to get a whole lot weirder. Dirt continues his adventures in the Wild West, but the next series takes place deep below the surface. AQUAMAN, Andromeda number 3. What ties does the mysterious craft have to the city of Atlantis? Its true purpose has infected most of the Andromeda, but an even greater threat has descended upon the crew. Black Manta has taken possession of the craft. If AQUAMAN is to defeat him, he'll have to stare down his greatest fears. Can AQUAMAN wrest control over the craft before the weapon systems aboard the Andromeda wipe them all from the ocean floor? Looks like everything is coming to a head in this final issue. Ron V has crafted a great Elseworld story, and Christian Ward has killed it on the artwork every step of the way. In this issue, we should be getting a lot of answers as AQUAMAN finally goes toe-to-toe with Black Manta, and we find out where this ship came from and what it has to do with Atlantis. Will the crew make it out alive? Probably not, but it can't go any worse than it has in the next series. Rogues number 4. Gorilla City Blues. All the rogues wanted was a better life for themselves, but it's all over thanks to all their greed and backstabbing. Those still left alive are busted up with their backs against the wall, and Grodd's forces are closing in. With no heroes racing to save them, they must make a deadly deal with Gorilla Grodd to survive. Has there ever been a mission that has gone more sideways than the rogues' attempt to steal from Gorilla City? Maybe, but the interesting bit is seeing how Captain Cold is going to backstab and smooth talk his way out of this one. Will he throw Trickster and Sam under the bus? Probably, but maybe Golden Glider can be his Jiminy Cricket. If you missed this one, keep an eye out for a collected edition. This next series is far from over though. Batman Superman, World's Finest number 8. Strange Visitor, Chapter 2. Reckless youth continues as Superman and Batman struggle to mentor the new Boy Thunder. The Key has drawn the world's finest team into an impossible dilemma unlike any they've ever faced when the entire city of Metropolis goes into a deadly lockdown. This series has been so good. Mark Waid is a history hound that knows how to write a great story, and Dan Mora is doing some of the best work he has done to date. The last issue was a great introduction and setup in an alt history style, and now we get the dawn of Boy Thunder. The dynamic between him, Superman, and Robin is really interesting, but benching Batman makes me think there is more than meets the eye, and we might see some dark secrets uncovered by the detective. Speaking of dark secrets, this next one deals in government cover-ups and diplomat negotiations. Black Adam number 5. There is no redemption for Black Adam. Theo Teth Adam faces off against a furious Bruce Wayne as Black Adam confronts threats ranging from a rising democratic movement in Kahndaq to the Akkad, a new pantheon of gods from outer space who create a new herald to represent them on Earth in Sargon the Sorcerer. And Adam becomes inextricably linked to a young protege who has contracted the same plague that nearly killed Adam. This series has been interesting. There is a lot of fun to be had with Malik. His background as a med student, but also a success story from a broken home, makes things more interesting. Plus, the demon showed up to teach him a lesson as part of a great cameo. The series is steeped in Egyptian lore, but sticks to modern world problems and government diplomacy. It makes the story interesting to read as we get to know the character and powers of Black White Adam through Malik, cosmic level problems through flashbacks to what happened before all of this, and real world issues through the government bureaucracy of Kahndaq to ground the series. Looks like Batman is going to show up to fight a god, but the next series is already locked in combat with the mortals. Duo number 6. In this climactic final issue, Kelly and David fight a war on 3 fronts. On one side, there are malevolent immortals hungry for vengeance. On the other, Dr. Tinker, who will let those immortals rip the city apart to get his hands on Kelly and David's nanotech. But the real war is Kelly and David's fight with each other for control of the body they share, and their fate will in turn decide humanity. The first issue of this series was about as cliche as a story can get. From there, every issue has gotten better than the last. David and Kelly have to work out their differences if they are going to stay alive long enough to save the world. As the final issue, it is going to be interesting to see how this all plays out and what it means for the Milestone universe going forward. Speaking of couples, the next one seems to have worked things out. Nightwing number 97. Batgirl gives Nightwing her answer, and they have a long talk with each other about what that means. This series has been a whole lot of fun. Taylor's writing and Redondo's artwork fit together perfectly. The decompressed format has given a lot of life to the characters by giving some space for real life. All the moving parts of having Barbara in Dick's life while being extremely wealthy, an important figure in Bloodhaven, and an unmasked vigilante with a target on his back are sure to make this next arc twice as interesting as the last. As Heartless steps up to take down Nightwing, hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of the latest comic news, releases, or story breakdowns. These are the books I'm most excited for on October the 19th, 2022. Let me know what books you were looking for this week and get my thoughts on the books from October the 5th right here at Week's End. A spoiler-filled look back at a week of comics on Legion of Comics channel. Follow the links in the description to get these books delivered directly to you, and check out the video on the screen now. That's all for this one. See you next time.